So friends, last lectures we have seen Lorentz force, that is the moving charge placed in magnetic field experience a force, and then we discuss a current carrying conductor placed in magnetic field also experience a force. Then Ampere in 1980 to 25, 1820 to 25, he studied two conductors, conductor A and conductor B. Both carries the current. So one conductor produces the magnetic field nearby, and in that field produced by A, we place one more conductor. So naturally there must be force, and it is expected. So what is the force between these two conductors and what is the direction? In this lecture we discuss this thing. Any current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field experience a force that is known. What is the source of the magnetic? Forget that part. Here magnetic field is produced by A and force experienced by B, and vice versa also you can show that. Also we can apply Newton's third law, force on A, same thing force on B. So that is the later on, but present we find out what is the force between A and B. These two conductors are separated at a distance d, both are parallel. So conductor A carries current IA. Conductor B carries current IB. Separation between them is small d. Now magnetic field, as we know, magnetic field of A at the place of B is given by, these are long and we consider this much part of length L. So what is the magnetic field here? So BA is given by mu 0 I upon 2 pi distance d. So magnetic field produced by A at this point here, at all this point. What is the direction? Direction of this, if you see your right hand palm rule or right hand screw rule, so you hold the conductor in right hand, thumb in current direction, the finger has to turn in this direction, going down. So toward the right side it is downward and toward the left side it is outward. समझ में आयु? અહીં નીચે તરફ હશે તો અહીંયા નીચે તરફ મેગ્નેટિક ફિલ્ડ હશે, નીચે તરફ. આપણે ઓરિજિનલ બતાવવા ટ્રાય કરી છે તો આની વચ્ચેનો એંગલ કેટલો થઈ જશે? 90 ડિગ્રી. ઓકે, the direction of BA will be perpendicular to conductor B. Okay, conductor B downward. So we can imagine that a conductor is placed in this much magnetic field. So we consider small part of B. Consider small part of B, say of length L, where B is constant, is considered to be constant. And uniform. You can say uniform also, yes. Force acting on magnetic force acting on that part due to BA is given by F on B due to A is equal to IL cross B. That is our formula. So here L cross B A. Okay, I write all this thing. But the angle between L and B is 90 degrees as it is mentioned here. So we get FBA magnitude is ILBA, and therefore this is IB. Okay, the current is IB. Current in B is IB. So we get mu 0. So this is also mu 0 IA IBL upon 2 pi d. So this is the force acting on B for this length L. Now what is the direction of this again? What is the direction? So to determine the direction, again I go here. So if you see from this side, so it looks like this. This is the B direction and this is the current direction. If you are looking from that side, so this is the B direction and this is the current direction. So if you rotate your screw from A to B, so it is going inward. So here inward means toward this side. समझो बराबर. This is the direction of current in B. I am looking from that side. તમે સામે છે આ કંડક્ટર, રાઈટ સાઈડમાં કરંટ ફ્લો થાય છે, નીચેની તરફ મેગ્નેટિક ફિલ્ડ છે એવું ઇમેજિન કરી શકો. અને આને હું સ્ક્રૂને આમ ફેરવીશ ક્યાંથી ક્યાં, આઈ થી બી તરફ, તો સ્ક્રૂ મારો ક્યાં જવાનો છે? અંદર તરફ. અંદર તરફ એટલે કઈ બાજુ? ટુવર્ડ ધ કંડક્ટર A. So direction of FBA will be toward conductor A. Okay, and if we find out FAB, same thing you can find out. So you will get it FBA with negative sign, because just only direction is changed. Or you can use Newton's second third law also. Force on B, same force in A. So this formula is used for the definition of ampere. So force per unit length, just I write force per unit length, how much? Mu 0 IA IB upon 2 pi d. So I write mu 0 is 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7 into, suppose this current is 1 ampere, this is also 1 ampere, divided by 2 pi, and separation is 1 meter. So this comes out to be 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 Newton per meter. So now how we can define the ampere? Two conductors are placed in vacuum, first thing, because we use mu 0. Mu 0 is for vacuum. Two conductors are placed in vacuum at separation 1 meter, carries identical current. બંનેમાં કરંટ સરખો હોવો જોઈએ. 1 એમ્પિયર 1 એમ્પિયર પછી કહીએ. Carries identical. If force per unit length is 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 Newton, then current is said to be 1 ampere. Two conductors placed in the vacuum with separation 1 meter carries the identical current, and force experienced per unit length is 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 Newton, then it is said that current flowing in each conductor is 1 ampere. This is the definition used to define the ampere. Ampere ની definition માટે આ ફોર્મ્યુલાનો યુઝ કરેલો છે. બરાબર, તો આ એક બહુ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ ફોર્મ્યુલા પણ છે. ફોર્સ બિટવીન ટુ કંડક્ટર્સ. હવે ધારો કે આ સ્ટ્રેટ પેરેલલ ન હોય, if it is with some angle, તો મારે શું કરવાનું? I have to take the parallel component of this conductor. Suppose conductor is here and you given the theta, so you find out what is the parallel component. So that is the force acting on that. You don't consider all the length, but just you take parallel component of the conductor. તો તમે ફોર્સ કેલ્ક્યુલેટ કરી શકો. એટલે ક્યારેક આવી જરૂર પડે તો આપણે આવું કરવાનું થશે. તો અહીંયા 1 MP ની ડેફિનેશન આપણે આપીશ, અને જૂની ડેફિનેશન તમે એવું બી સમજેલા છો કે જો in any cross sectional 1 coulomb is charge pass in 1 second, that is called 1 ampere. 1 coulomb charge per second, then it is called 1 ampere. But this is the definition in SI system. So now today we solve this very simple problems are given in the text. So this problem we discussed during the theory. This downward force is mg, and when we pass the current, it experiences a force that is upward direction ILB. So if you compare ILB is equal to mg, you can find out what is the magnetic field. mg upon IL. These are very simple, so I am not writing all the steps. So you put the m, you put the value of g, I and L. You be careful, all units must be in SI system. That is, you have to take the care. All unit must be in SI system. Here mass is given gram, so you have to convert into kilogram. Okay. If the magnetic field is parallel to the positive I axis, so B is in the direction of J, and charged particle is moving along the x direction. So velocity is in direction of I. Which way would the Lorentz force be for electron and for proton? So we have formula of the Lorentz force. It is not calculating, just you have to think. So I write directly formula Q V cross B. V is in the direction of I and B is in the direction of J, and the charge is negative. So I cross J gives you K. I cross J, you know this, I J K. So if you move in the order, it is positive. If you move in a reverse order, it is negative for cross product. And so this is negative sign because of the negative charge. So F force on electron will be along minus z direction. Okay, and what is second? Proton. If it is proton, then this is the positive charge. This is positive. So force on proton will be along plus z direction. what is the radius of the path of an electron? Mass is this much and charge is this much, moving at a speed of this much in a magnetic field perpendicular to it. What is the frequency? Calculate energy in kinetic in kilo electron volt. So first one, what is the radius? What is the radius of that? So first I write all this data. B is given by 6 into 10 raised to minus 4 Tesla. Then mass of electron is 9 into 10 raised to minus 31 kilogram. Then you have given charge is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. This is nothing but Q. Then you have to find out what is the radius, what is the frequency, and what is the energy. Okay. So we have formula for the radius. This is perpendicular, so theta equal to 90 degree. So we have radius is equal to mv upon qb, otherwise mv sin theta. So we substitute all this value. Mass is given by 9 into 10 raised to minus 31. It is for electron. So electron, what is the velocity? So velocity is, yes, velocity is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 7 meter per second. So 3 into 10 raised to 7 divided by charge of the electron 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 into magnetic field is 6 into 10 raised to minus 4 Tesla. So you do simplification with your calci. So it comes out to be 28.12 into 10 raised to minus 2, and this is nothing but it is in meter, so it becomes 28.12 centimeter. So this is the radius in which it moves. So this is the first thing. So radius is given by that one. Now second part, velocity is given. You have to find out the frequency. The frequency is equal to v upon 2 pi r. This is formula. જો ના યાદ આવે તો હવેથી વિચાર લઈશું આપણે કે velocity is equal to 2 pi r upon t. Okay, so 1 upon t is frequency. This is coming down. So 3 into 10 raised to 7, yes, divided by 2 into 3.14 into radius you already calculated. So we put the value 28.12. Remember, it must be in meter, so it is 10 raised to minus 2. Again you do the calculation. So minus 7 to going up, so it becomes 9. You do calculation, so it comes out 17 into 10 raised to 6 per second. And per second is called hertz. 17 into 10 raised to 6 hertz. You can write in megahertz because 10 raised to 6 is megahertz. જો વેલોસિટી આપણે આર ના કેલ્ક્યુલેટ કર્યું હોય તો આપણે આમ બી કરી શકીએ. T is equal to 2 pi m upon qb and frequency is qb upon 2 pi m. આમ બી કેલ્ક્યુલેટ કરી શકાય. જો તમે આરની કેલ્ક્યુલેશન ના કર્યો તો ડાયરેક્ટ આ બી યુઝ કરી શકીએ. You can try for this also. And then you have to calculate energy. So energy, any moving particle has energy half mv square, kinetic energy that is. So half m is the mass of the electron, 9 into 10 raised to minus 31. Velocity is what is the velocity? 3 into 10 raised to 7. So 3 into 10 raised to 7 square. So whatever you get, that will be in joule. તમારે જાતે કરવાની છે કેલ્ક્યુલેશન હો ભાઈ, તમે એનાથી દૂર ભાગો છો. It comes out to be around 4.10 raised to minus 16 joule. પણ તમને કેલ્ક્યુલેશન કેવીમાં કરવાની કીધી, મીન્સ ઇલેક્ટ્રોન વોલ્ટમાં. So 1 joule is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to 1 electron volt is equal to 10 raised to minus 19 joule. So this is our relation. So we can find energy in electron volt. Energy in electron volt is equal to 4 into 10 raised to minus 16 divided by 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. So that will be 2.5 into 10 raised to 3. This is in electron volt. K cancel kari to 2.5 keV. So this is your answer for energy. Okay. So a cyclotron's oscillator frequency is given. So this is the frequency you have given, equal to 10 megahertz. So this is nothing but 10 into 10 raised to 6 hertz. Then what is should be the operating magnetic field for accelerating protons? If the radius of the D's are 60, so R is equal to 60 centimeter is equal to 0.6 meter. What is the kinetic energy of the proton beam produced by the we have not still finished cyclotron. અત્યારે હું નથી કરાવતો, leave it. We go for next problem. So here you have an element, delta L is delta Xi, is placed at the origin of the origin and carries a large current 10 ampere. So here current is 10 ampere. What is the magnetic field on the y-axis at a distance 0.5 meter? Delta X is 1 centimeter. So our basic formula, B is equal to mu 0 upon 4 pi integration I dl cross R upon R square. Okay, this is the formula of Biot-Savart law. If we have straight y, then we have formula for short one, mu 0 I upon 4 pi y sin alpha 1 plus sin alpha 2. So this is also our formula for short conductor. તો અહીંયા આપણે થોડું જુદું છે, આમ જુદું તો ના કહેવાય, પણ it is not that short, but it is very tiny. એટલે હું એમ વિચારી શકું, આનો ઉપયોગ કરવો હોય તો alpha 1 alpha 2 both becomes 90 degree. અને જો આનો ઉપયોગ કરવો હોય તો મારે dl તરીકે શું લઈ લેવાનું, તો delta x. So that is also possible way. તો અહીં આપણે ડેલ્ટા એક્સ જ નાનું છે, ડેલ્ટા એક્સ નાનું છે તો આપણે ડીએલ તરીકે લઈ શકીએ. પ્રવાહ જમણી બાજુ આર વાયની દિશામાં છે, એટલે કે 90નો ખૂણો થયો. તો આપણે ડાયરેક્ટલી આને પરથી લઈ શકીએ કે B ઇઝ ઇક્વલ ટુ મ્યુ 0 I dl એટલે કે આપણું ડેલ્ટા એક્સ ખુદ અપોન 4 પાઈ અને ડિસ્ટન્સ કેટલું છે એ એટલે y સ્ક્વેર. તો એ થશે મ્યુ 0 એટલે 4 પાઈ ઇન્ટુ 10⁻⁻7 વિદ્યુત પ્રવાહ આપણો કેટલો છે વિદ્યુત પ્રવાહ કેટલો છે 10 એમ્પિયર ડેલ્ટા એક્સ એટલે 0.5 સોરી 0.5 ની delta x 1 centimeter at 10⁻² divided by 4 pi into y square એટલે કે 0.5 square. તો આને આપણે સિમ્પ્લિફાય કરીએ આ નાનું છે એટલે આપણે db કહેશું ખાલી હવે તેથી db બરાબર સિમ્પ્લિફાય કરો તો આવે છે 4 into 10⁻⁸ ટેસ્લા અને એની દિશા આવશે જમણા હાથનો આપણે સ્ક્રૂ અહીં લગાવીએ તો અંગૂઠો અહીંયા આવવા જાય તો આંગળા અહીંથી જઈને બહાર આવશે એટલે ઉપરની તરફ બહાર તરફ એટલે કે પ્લસ ઝેડ ની દિશામાં. બરાબર છે પ્લસ ઝેડ ની દિશામાં આવશે આ. ધારો કે તમને આવો આઈડિયા ન આવ્યો તમને એવું વિચાર આવે કે આ તો સ્ટ્રેટ છે અને મારે આ ફોર્મ્યુલા વાપરવાની તો બી આન્સર તો આવી જવાનો sin alpha 1 એટલે આપણે શું કહી શકીએ કે this is your alpha 1 sorry control Z this is your this angle is alpha 1 this angle is alpha 2 and both the side angles are same so you can write 2 times sin alpha. What is sin alpha? The opposite upon hypotenuse opposite delta x by 2 okay and this hypotenuse almost 0.5 like a y itself તો અહીંયા આવશે 2 into delta x by 2 into 1/2 એવું આવશે તો એ આવશે 2 2 કેન્સલ થઈ એટલે y સ્ક્વેર આવી જશે તો જે આ ફોર્મ્યુલા છે એની ફોર્મ્યુલા જ આવી જવાની છે તો તમે કદાચ આઈડિયા ન આવ્યો આમાંથી મારે કરું આમાંથી કરવું તો you can use either method even you will get the correct answer. This is very simple one. A straight wire carries the current this much, semicircular loop, 2 centimeter as shown in the figure is the radius. What is the magnetic field due to the straight segment? In what way contribution to B from the semicircle differs from that of the circular loop and in what way does it assemble? તો આ ડ્યુરિંગ ધ થિયરી આપણે આટલા પાર્ટ ડિસ્કસ કરેલા હતા કે સ્ટ્રેટ વાયર આનું મેગ્નેટિક ફિલ્ડ અહીંયા મારે જોતું હોય બરાબર તો ધીસ ઇઝ ઇન ધ લાઇન ઓફ ધીસ વાયર તો આને કારણે અહીંયા મેગ્નેટિક ફિલ્ડ 0 થઈ જશે કારણ કે અહીંયા એંગલ કેટલો થઈ જશે 0 આને કારણે બી થશે એંગલ 0 અથવા તો 180 ડિગ્રી કારણ કે આપણી ફોર્મ્યુલામાં sin θ આવે છે અને sin 0 તો sin 180 એટલે 0 થવાનું તો આનું કોન્ટ્રીબ્યુશન બી અહીંયા 0 થશે આનું કોન્ટ્રીબ્યુશન પણ અહીંયા 0 થશે અને આ જે સેમી ધીસ લૂપ ઇટ ઇઝ હાફ તો જો કમ્પ્લીટ ટર્ન હોત કમ્પ્લીટ લૂપ હોત તો આપણી મેગ્નેટિક ફિલ્ડની ફોર્મ્યુલા કેટલી છે B = μ0 I/2R પણ અહીંયા આગળ હાફ છે તો એની આપણે એક ફોર્મ્યુલા બનાવડાવી હતી કે થીટા અપોન 2 કરો તો ડાયરેક્ટ મળી જાય. તો થીટા કેટલું છે તો કે પાઈ છે. So mu 0 I upon 2r pi upon 2 pi. So it is half of this one. So it becomes mu 0 I upon this pi is cancelled 4 pi. એટલે કે કમ્પ્લીટ લૂપ કરતા હાફ હશે. અને વોટ ઇઝ ધ ડાયરેક્શન તો તમે અહીંયા આગળ ફિંગર આ બાજુ ફેરવશો તમે તો થંબ આપણો અંદરની તરફ જશે તો આ ઇનવર્ડ ડાયરેક્શનમાં આવશે પહેલા કેસની અંદર. અને બીજા કેસની અંદર શું આવશે આઉટવર્ડ. આનું મેગ્નેટિક ફિલ્ડ અહીંયા 0, આનું મેગ્નેટિક ફિલ્ડ અહીંયા 0 અને આનું મેગ્નેટિક ફિલ્ડ આટલું જ આવશે. પણ એની ડાયરેક્શન કેટલી થશે તો કે આઉટવર્ડ. એનાથી કોઈ બીજો મોટો ફેર થવાનો નથી આઉટવર્ડ. નાઉ યુ કેન સબસ્ટિટ્યુટ ધ વેલ્યુ એન્ડ યુ વિલ ગેટ ધ આન્સર. ઇટ વિલ લીવ ઇટ ટુ યુ. તો તમારી જાતે ગણ કેલ્ક્યુલેશન કરી કાઢવાની છે. Consider a tightly wound 100-ton coil of radius 10 cm carrying a current 1 ampere. What is the magnitude of magnetic field at the center of the coil? So we have given number of turns is equal to 100. We have given radius is equal to 10 cm. It must be converted into meters, so I write 0.1 meter. Current is given by 1 ampere. Then what is the magnetic field at the center? So we have formula B0 at the center is mu 0 Ni upon 2R. So we have mu 0 is 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7. Number of turns 100. Current is 1 ampere divided by 2. Radius is 0.1. So if you do the calculation, this 2 is cancelled out, so it become 2, and so this 0.1, so it's going 1000. 1000 means 10 raised to minus 4. So it comes out to be 2 pi into 10 raised to minus 4 થશે ટેસ્લામાં. Yes. And if we put the value of pi તો તમને એક્ઝેક્ટ વેલ્યુ પણ આવી જશે. pi plus it becomes 6.28 into 10 raised to minus 4 Tesla. Here if it is asked question for magnetic field on the axis, suppose it is written at x equal to 20 centimeter. Okay, તો મારે ફોર્મ્યુલા કઈ યુઝ કરવી પડશે? B is equal to mu 0 Ni r square upon 2 r square plus x square raised to 3 by 2. So you put x equal to 0.2, r equal to 0.1 and calculate what is the magnetic field, not B0 now, magnetic field at x equal to 20 centimeter. You will get that answer. Here it is not mentioned anything about the direction because without current direction you cannot determine what will be the direction of magnetic field. It also depends on the orientation of the coil too. This problem we already done during our theory discussion. So again you remember that magnetic field inside the conductor is proportional to R and outside it is inversely proportional to R square. And we have plotted the graph, so it is increasing straight, that is linear, and then it decreasing, and it will be maximum at the surface. So you remember this, and it is true for very long conductor. A solenoid of length 0.5 meter has a radius 1 centimeter. So solenoid has length is equal to 0.5 meter and radius is equal to 1 centimeter is equal to 10 raised to minus 2 meter. And it's made of 500 tons. So number of tons are given 500. it carries a current 5 ampere, so current is equal to 5 ampere. What is the magnitude of the magnetic field inside the solenoid? So our interest is to find out what is the magnetic field inside the solenoid. So here this length is this much and radius is 1 centimeter. So this is 50 centimeter, this is 1 centimeter. You can consider this solenoid as a long solenoid, and for long solenoid we can have formula for B is equal to mu 0 small ni, and this is nothing but total number of turns upon length into current. So if we substitute all this value, number of turns are 500, current is given by 5 ampere, and divided by length is 0.5 meter. So you can calculate this value, and this value comes out to be 6.28. This 0.5, this becomes 1000, and this is minus 4. Okay, 5 4s are 20, divide into 3.14, and 0 is coming here. So you can do calculation very simple, minus 3 Tesla. So this is the magnetic field inside the solenoid. So this is the long solenoid. Formula આપણે લગાવવી પડે છે.